Welcome back to the channel, everyone, and today I've got something special for you. We're shifting gears a little bit, and we are taking a look at MonoGreen Dinosaurs. Now, Dinosaurs is usually a tribe that you see in red and green, because they usually have quite a good, we'll say, mashup with red's removal and red's multicolored cards, things like that. Because red right now has a lot of, like, striking power with things like Monstrous Rage and Lightning Strike and Burst Lightning and things like that. A lot of really good ways to close the game out nice and fast. But what we're going for is a little bit slower, is a little bit more mid-range, not quite aggro, and it's running what I'll call a, what is it? A resilience package, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. So let's go through the deck real quick. So starting off the top of the deck, we have our mana dorks. We have 3 copies of Ixalli's Lorekeeper and 4 copies of Llanowar Elves. Now, I went with 4 elves over 4 Lorekeeper because the elves can tap for green mana that can be used for anything. The Lorekeeper's mana can only be used for dinosaurs. So, unfortunately, the Lorekeeper, not as good as Llanowar Elves, but I do want to have both in the deck to kind of maximize the chances that I will have to draw mana dorks in my opening hand. So that's why we got those. Next up, we have a couple fight spells. We got 4 copies of Bite Down. It's 1 and a green instant. Target creature you control deals damage equal to its power to target creature or planeswalker you don't control. Great. After that, we have Hunter's Talent. It is an enchantment class. When this class enters, target creature you control deals damage equal to its power to target creature you don't control. At level 2, whenever you attack, target attacking creature gets +1/+0 and gains trample until end of turn. It's going to be really great for our bigger dinosaurs that don't have trample innately. And level 3 is, at the beginning of your end step, if you control a creature with power 4 or greater, draw a card. Awesome. Then we have 3 copies of Tranquil Frillback, because sometimes you really need to hate on your opponent's graveyard or their targets of artifacts or enchantments. There are a lot of artifacts and enchantments right now in Standard that really need to be taken down. Regal Imperiosaur. This is a very simple creature. It's a 5/4 that gives other dinosaurs +1/+1, and it only costs 3 mana to cast, which is perfect paired up with our mana dorks. Having this out on turn 2, really, really good. A 5/4 on turn 2 is ridiculous. Next up, we have the Hulking Raptor. 4 mana. It's a 5/3 with Ward 2, and at the beginning of your first main phase, add 2 green mana. So, again, awesome. Extra mana. Mana from here, mana from the mana dorks. It's going to make casting the rest of our spells really easy. So, moving on from Hulking Raptor, we have Agonasaur Rex. It's a 5 mana 8/8. Let that sink in. It is a 5 mana 8/8 with trample. On its own, that's ridiculous. But it's really in here for its cycling ability. It has a cycling cost of 2 and a green. When you cycle this card, put 2 +1/+1 counters on up to 1 target creature or vehicle. It gains trample and indestructible until end of turn. So, really great way to give something like Hulking Raptor survivability and trample. Really, really solid cycling effect. Also, the fact that it's an 8/8 with trample for only 5 mana is just, it's stupid. It's really, really dumb, and I love it. Alright, moving on to the big boys. We have the Earthshaker Dreadmaw. This is 6 mana for a 6/6 with trample. When this creature enters, draw a card for each other dinosaur you control. So this can very easily draw you, like, 3 cards when this card comes down. Vaultborn Tyrant. We're also running 3 of this. This card is way too strong to not play. It's 7 mana for a 6/6 with trample. Whenever this creature or another creature you control with power 4 or greater enters, you gain 3 life and draw a card. That includes this creature. When this creature dies, if it's not a token, create a token that's a copy of it, except it's an artifact in addition to its other types. Again, really, really dumb. It's such a really strong card. So, like, and provided you can get the mana going to play this card, it's just going to be that much better. And it's not going to be difficult to do. With the 7 mana dorks and the 4 Hulking Raptors to help you play your bigger cards, like, it's not going to be too hard to play this card. It's only 7 mana. And then after that, we have the Skullspore Nexus. Skullspore Nexus is kind of our resilience engine. If you're not familiar with this card, I don't blame you. It doesn't see a whole lot of play, but I think it's pretty good for this deck. So Skullspore Nexus, 6 mana, or 6 colorless and 2 green. And the colorless costs less to cast based off of the greatest power among creatures you control. So say, for example, you have Hulking Raptor, or you have, like, say, Earthshaker Dreadmaw. If you have Earthshaker Dreadmaw on the table, 6 power. Suddenly, Skullspore Nexus only costs 2 green mana to cast. That's pretty good. Comes down, and it has these abilities. Whenever one or more non-token creatures you control die, create a green fungus dinosaur creature token with base power and toughness, each equal to the total power of those creatures. So, if Vaultborn Tyrant dies while a Skullspore Nexus is on the table, one, it's going to create a copy of itself because of its own innate ability. And then the Skullspore Nexus is going to trigger, creating a second 6/6 Vaultborn Tyrant. Except it's not going to have all those abilities on it. It'll just be a blanket 6/6 creature. And then it has another ability of 2 and tap, double target creature's power until end of turn. Wow, that's pretty good. I wonder how we would use that. Maybe by having Vaultborn Tyrant on the table, casting this for 2, and then, let's say for example, this is about to die, like your opponent is about to cast a removal spell on it or kill it in combat, something like that. Well, double its power until end of turn before it dies, and then you get another 6/6 Tyrant, draw another card, gain 3 life, and then this Nexus's effect triggers, giving you a 12/12. And then, again, it gives you more life and draws you another card because you had this Skullspore Nexus on the table. It's like, it's ridiculous. Like, clearly this is like a magical Christmas time scenario to be in, but it's not impossible. Like I said, this deck is built for resilience, and resilience comes in the form of making sure your creatures can't die, making sure your creatures come back, drawing cards off the creatures you already have, and also level 3 of Hunter's Talent, drawing a card at the end of turn. It's like, it's pretty good. It's pretty damn good, and it's been pretty fun so far. So another quick look at the lands here. We got 17 forests, 4 Cavern of Souls to make sure that your dinosaurs can't get countered, and 3 Demolition Fields to deal with pesky lands. So there it is. That's the deck. Let's go play some games real quick. I'll show you how the deck actually plays, and then we will come back and talk about the deck some more in the post-game wrap-up. Okay, so we got 3 lands, and we get to go first. We have a Lorekeeper, a Hulking Raptor, an Earthshaker Dreadmaw, and a Vaultborn Tyrant. Let's keep. Alright, let's go Forest, Ixalli's Lorekeeper. Alright, they open with a Mountain and a Fanatical Firebrand. Sacrifice to kill the Ixalli's Lorekeeper. Alright, next is a Dinosaur Cavern. Mountain into Swiftspear. Not good for me. Alright, let's go Demo Field. And... no. End turn. I feel like I'm going to be needing that. Grab the prize. They discarded a shock to do that. Alright. So let's go Cavern of Souls, naming Dinosaur again. And then we'll play a Hulking Raptor. Alright, they drop a Mountain. Red Herring. It's a 2/2 with haste. Creature attacks each turn if able. Sacrifice to draw a card. Okay. Well, let's block that. Take the 2. Alright, my turn. Alright, cool. We get 2 extra mana, so let's play this, and let's play a Vaultborn Tyrant. Gain some life back. There we go. Ooh, a Skullspore Nexus. That's good too. Okay, let's see if we can turn this game around now. They have 3 cards left in hand, and a Monastery Swift Spear on the table. Waiting, waiting. Slagstorm! Okay. Deal 3 to all players. Then Clockwork Percussionist. Okay, I chose not to do anything with it. Alright, give us 2 extra mana. Let's go Forest. Let's use that mana to play a Skullspore Nexus. Then we're going to use 2 more mana to cast Hunter's Talent. This will strike that. Then we're going to upgrade this level 2 so that both my creatures have trample this turn. Okay, attacking creature there. Alright, do you block? Okay, block there. So Skullspore, double that attack power, and slam on in. Nice work. Good game. John Stamos the Mighty. Perfect. Okay. We have 3 forests, 2 Llanowar Elves, a Bite Down, and a Vaultborn Tyrant. We will go first. We will keep this hand. Alright, opponent has taken a mulligan. Okay, the opponent has kept a hand of 6 cards. Forest, Elf. Opponent plays a Mountain. Marauding Mako. Ah, it's the discard deck. Okay. Alright, let's go here. Let's go Elf. Lorekeeper. No attacks. Lots of mana dorks. Island. So we have access to 5 mana next turn. Oh, it's a pirate hat. Watch out. Crypt creature gets +1/+1, has whenever this creature attacks, draw a card, then discard a card. Okay. Let's go here. We don't have quite enough, but what we can do is we can bite down this against that. Launch him up. Then go next. Attack with Ixalli's Lorekeeper. Keeping 3 mana available for Agonasaur Rex, just in case they try to do something silly. Real a possibility. Okay, they're gonna draw two cards after discarding a Mountain. Pass. Alright, my turn. Oh, Nexus. Alright. Well, can't counter this, so. Attack for 1. Ooh, a River Pyre Verge. Blue and red. Roaming Throne. Very cool. Alright, let's play a Skullspore Nexus. Next. Attack for 8. Do you block? He does not block. Double power. Boom. 16. Alright, and then keep the Ixalli's Lorekeeper in hand. Mountain. Marauding Mako again. Okay. Wants to double down those Mako counters, huh? I'll put the pirate hat on your roaming throne. That'd be really funny. Yep. Broadside Barrage, you say? Okay. Yeah, well, I'll tap it for a green. Alright, it dies. Skullspore Nexus triggers. Gets me a dino. 5. Ooh, drawing a card and discarding a card. Mako gets bigger. No blocks. Good game. Yeah, he knows I'll be coming crashing through with that Agonasaur. Okay, so we get to go first. We have 4 lands, a Bite Down, and 2 Hulking Raptors. It's a very slow open, so we don't want that. Okay, that's a lot better. We'll keep everything but the Skullspore Nexus. We'll open with the forest and play an Ixalli's Lorekeeper. One opens with the swamp and plays a Snarling Gorehound. Seen a lot of Snarling Gorehounds today, too. Very weird. Alright, let's go ahead and... no attacks, and turn. Alright, they play at Plains. Amalia. Okay. Resolve. Pass. Oh, maybe this is the Orzhov combo deck. I can't block it. Pass, pass. Alright. My turn. End of turn. Do we cycle? I wonder. Yeah, we'll cycle it. Because it puts counters on the creature. There we go. Okay. Alright, that's a little bit better. Alright, go Cavern of Souls, name Dinosaur, play Hulking Raptor. There we go. Get some more mana going. Alright, they play Shadowy Backstreet, Surveil 1. It is a Gas Guzzler. Yeah, I think this is the Orzhov combo deck. Oh, Ruin Lurker bad, okay. Alright. Nesting Bot. Alright, it goes away. Okay, we got ourselves a land here. So let's go ahead and play the Demolition Field. There's only 2 cards in the graveyard right now, so we'll wait on that. Let's see. In the meantime, we're gonna cast Bite Down. Target here and here. Yes. I'll pay the ward cost. There we go. Okay, then we'll play this Llanowar Elf. And then we'll go next. Attack, attack. Just like that. Alright, you go to 17. End turn. Ritual Sanctifier, right? Yeah. Yeah, so they're building the combo up right now. But what we need to do is hold on to the Tranquil Frillback until just before they go to pop their combo. Alright, pass. Alright, end of turn. I'm gonna Demo Field the Shadowy Backstreet. Take action. We'll get another forest. Okay. We got ourselves an Imperiosaur. Alright, let's play it. Okay. Next. Attack, attack. Okay, blocking like that. Sure. Let's see here. They got quite a bit in there right now. If they go to 4, they could potentially do it next turn. So let's do this now. Choose 2 options. Alright. Exile Graveyard. Yep. Yeah, I think he was getting ready to bust off the combo next turn. Because that definitely nuked him. Okay, we get to go first. We have 3 lands and Ixalli's Lorekeeper, Hulking Raptor, Agonasaur Rex, Vaultborn Tyrant. Seems keepable. Oh, opponent is mulliganing pretty aggressively. Alright, they kept a 5-card hand. Very interesting. I hope they're confident with it. So typically it's going to be 2, maybe 3 lands and some spells. Let's see. It's only 3. Say next. It does it for any kind of creature. So I'm going to say no attacks. End turn. Let's keep the mana open in case we need it. Glimpse the core. Okay, so they're just going to try and ramp right now. Alright, pass. My turn. Alright, let's go here. And then we're going to go with the Hulking Raptor. And pass the turn. Solemn Simulacrum. Interesting. Alright, so I'm going to go get a land. I love that Solemn Simulacrum is back in Standard. Really, really good card. Alright. 2 more mana. 1 more mana. Vaultborn Tyrant. Pretty cool. Vaultborn Tyrant on turn, what was that, 4? Yeah, that's pretty good. Alright, draw a card. Wait, land? Bonnie Paul, Clear Cutter. Interesting. Okay. Alright, 2 more mana. So let's go ahead and use Bite Down. Target here and here. Okay. Then I'm going to play a Regal Imperiosaur. Draw another card. Go to next. And attack. Alright, you go to 13. And we'll play a Llanowar Elves. Bonnie Paul. That is the first time I've ever seen that cast. Llanowar Elf. Okay. Another Llanowar Elf. Alright. I see they're kind of on the same game plan we are. Oh my god. Okay. You got it, champ. Alright, let's see here. I'm gonna play an Earthshaker Dreadmaw. Draw a bunch of cards. Yeah, that's good. Alright, play that. And say next. Attack with those. I'm just taking the hit right now, huh? Alright, let's play another Llanowar Elf. I imagine this game. What? Alright, let's roll that dice. Show me what you got. Overlord, another Solemn Simulacrum, and some more lands. Okay, cool. That was a pretty nice Genesis wave. Good game. Okay, so we get to go first. We have 4 lands: a Bite Down, Hunter's Talent, and a Hulking Raptor. It's bad because it's 2 fight spells and 1 creature that's not going to see play until turn 4. Let's mulligan that. Okay, that's better. We can keep this. Keep. Send the Nexus back. Land. Lorekeeper. Alright, opponent opens with a Swamp and a Hopeless Nightmare. Okay. Hopeless Nightmare makes me to get rid of the Demolition Field. Alright, Forest. Tranquil Frillback. Alright, one plays a Swamp into a Forsaken Miner. Can't block. That's good. That's good for me. Attack. No land drop makes things bad. Gastal Rider. What does that do? Start your engines when this creature enters target opponent reveals their hand. You choose an instant or sorcery card from it. That player discards that card. Okay, well, you're not going to find that. Alright, let's see you next. Attack for 3. Max speed. This creature gets +1/+1 and has menace. Okay, let's play another elf. And it's talent. Okay. I discard a card here. Let's discard Earthshaker. Alright. Don't come at me like that, huh? No blocks. Alright, there's a land. Okay, let's play a Hulking Raptor. Attack for 4. And they might be thinking about removal right now. Alright, they're now at max speed. Another Gastal Rider, okay. Yep, lose a little bit of life, no big deal. Play that Nexus. Next. Attack with those. Alright, you want to block there? Alright, cool. So let's go ahead. It doesn't have trample right now, so that kind of sucks. But what we can do is we can double its power. Put him to 6. And then we get a 10/10. It's okay, boy. No need to stress. A Crypt Collar Chariot. Okay. Oh, okay. I guess that is going to be it then. Big Nasty Dinosaurs, too much for the discard deck. Okay, and we are back with the post-game wrap-up, and my thoughts on this deck are kind of mid. It's not too terribly fast, but it also doesn't like completely fold under pressure. It's a pretty decent deck. I would say that the real MVPs of the deck are the Mandorks here and the Hulking Raptor right there. If you can manage to get this little combination right here and not miss any land drops, say like you have like maybe 3, maybe 4 lands, and then you got a couple of these and Hulking Raptor, you can play anything in your deck. Like there's no problem getting a Vaultborn Tyrant out on like turn 4 or whatever. Earthshaker Dreadmaw, same thing. As far as cards that didn't really perform that well, honestly, none of them. It's like all of them served a really good purpose. I would probably change some of the numbers, though, because there were a lot of games I had that I had to mulligan pretty aggressively to get a good hand, and that was just because I drew too much of the high end and not enough of like the 1 through 3. Another great card for the deck is very clearly Tranquil Frillback. Tranquil Frillback gives you just the right amount of interaction in this deck to prevent an opponent from going off. Be that destroying an artifact or enchantment, or exiling a person's entire graveyard. It's a really, really solid card against a lot of decks. So you might even want to go up to 4 of on Tranquil Frillback. It's really good. But turn 1 Elf into turn 2 Regal or Frillback, really, really solid play. Bite Down, really, really great removal spell. Hunter's Talent felt a little underwhelming in some instances, mostly when you don't have a good target for the fight effect when it comes in. The level 2 and the level 3, great, awesome, good stuff. I love those. But that first part, when it first comes in, if you don't have a valid target to fight with, it can feel a little bad just dropping it onto the table for nothing. So maybe bring the numbers down a little bit on that. Maybe bring that down to 3 or 2 in favor of maybe an additional Tranquil Frillback or something along those lines. Cards that underperformed also, kind of unfortunately, Agonasaur Rex. I had spent a lot of time holding that card in my hand for protection and cycling, but a lot of the times when I could use it for that, I ended up not using it because my opponent didn't have the right removal at the time, or something along those lines. So like there was always like a reason why I couldn't just cycle this. I mean, one game I cycled it just to cycle it and get 2 +1/+1 encounters on an Ixalli Lorekeeper. Like my opponent wasn't targeting my stuff, so I'm like, all right, well, you know what? Screw it. I'll cycle this, get a couple +1 counters on my Lorekeeper, maybe swing for a couple turns. It's not that bad. Aside from that, Earthshaker Dreadmaw is probably one of the weaker high-end cards in the deck, just because it draws you cards based off of the amount of other dinosaurs you have, which can be really great. Like if you got like Vaultborn out and like maybe like one other, and then you play the Earthshaker, you draw a card off the Vaultborn trigger, and then 2 more because of the Earthshaker. So it's pretty good card draw, I'm not going to lie. I think 2 might be a good choice in as far as like the numbers go if you still want to play it. You could also just drop this entirely for some additional in the 2-drop or in the 3-drop slot. I probably might end up doing that in the future myself. As far as other cards in the deck, Earthshaker, a little weak. Vaultborn Tyrant, amazing card. Absolute MVP. But I really don't think I need to sell anyone on this card. This card is ridiculous. It is so strong. It does way, way, way too much, especially when you pair it with a Skullspore Nexus. The Skullspore Nexus, I think, really surprised a lot of people when I was playing against them. Because a lot of people didn't really take into account that it would create another zombie dinosaur once the original creature died. A lot of times I was just using it to get double power on my big dinos, but the extra effect of getting a replacement dinosaur. Really, really good. Awesome card. Okay, and that's the deck. So if you like what you saw, feel free to copy the deck. I'll leave a deck list in the description box down below so you can try it out yourself, iterate on it further, make it your own, make it better than I did. And yeah, until next time, y'all take care of yourselves.